the trivia question, which we will be probably scribbling some notes here, trying to come up with some good ones to stump you guys. But the way you'll want to submit your answers is through Facebook message to the GameCore official page. If you do not submit your answer that way, then it will not be counted. And if you put it in the chat here on Twitch, somebody's going to steal your answer, message it faster than you, and beat you. So make sure you keep your answers to private messages on Facebook.
Played the wrong land, so you can't press it.
Looks like we have just a couple land go turns here. Obviously, I don't think that's... Oh, I'm sorry, Aubrey did not pass. He plays the Knight of Infamy.
Yeah, I don't like this matchup for Aubrey, to be honest. This Bant control, a lot of ways to gain life and slow these guys down.
There is. Now, obviously, these decks have seen it before and have fought through it before to make it to the top 8. But we did ask some people to repeat. We're going to ask 3 separate trivia questions, one in each round of the top. We're going to give away $10 gift cards to the first person to send in a Facebook message with the correct answer to the trivia question. So you have to, like I said, find GameCore on Facebook, like them, share them with your friends, link the stream, and we're not going to check all that. So as long as you answer the trivia question correctly and you do it first, we will ask you to give us some information to be able to send you the gift card, which will also be usable on the website when it does launch. So if you are from far away and listening in, don't worry. You will still be able to do it, but we have to ask you to wait a little bit to redeem your prize, unless you want to hop a flight on out here to Erie, Pennsylvania. Come visit John, and if you give me some notice and you're flying from far enough away, I'll come out and make sure we pay a visit to whoever wanted a plane ticket to redeem their $10 prize. So looking at the board state here, looks like 6 turns or so have gone by while I explain the trivia contest, and not too much going on here. Knight of Infamy is on the board. Obviously, a Falconwrath Aristocrat is a very threatening card. Does not look as though Sam had the ability to counter it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it bodes well for the black-red aggro player when you have a situation where by turn 5 or by the time your opponent has 6 mana, you have a Knight of Infamy and not much else or not much damage pushed in there. Now, did he have... Oh, he's got 7 mana already, so Angel of Serenity only able to take the 1. Does he have any Dreadbores in his list? I mean, is he able to deal with that there?
I don't have the list in front of me. I don't know as though Judge Blaine got the full top 8 back to us, but Texas is going to go see if he can scrounge those up out of the back room. He's got some help from Leland here. And it looks like a crippling blight falls down on the Angel of Serenity, and another Falconwrath Aristocrat, which is a really devastating play from Aubrey here.
I just wanted to mention that.
So the attack for 6, I believe, knocks Sam down to 2 life. And this could be a very fast game 1 because that detention sphere is not going to get there, John.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Aubrey's a badass. Sorry for using the butt word, the butt word. But there's no other way to describe this guy. I mean, he is just a beast. So.
All right. Well, we do have both deck lists in front of us here. So, assuming this gets to the quick and decisive end we're expecting, we'll be able to start to talk about some sideboard decisions. And Kitten, don't worry too much. The trivia questions we're going to ask aren't based on the game. You've been watching all day. You've been hopefully paying attention. And if you can remember the names of some of the cards that you've seen, there's going to be different trivia questions. But I think they're going to be loosely based off things we've seen on camera already today. We want to reward those faithful viewers that have been with us.
Yeah, or it could even be, like let's say maybe game 3 or game 2 of this match. Maybe we'll ask a question about something that happened earlier in the match. So it's really just about each individual being attentive to what's going on. It's not going to be anything that could potentially keep somebody from participating.
They could even be relating to the performance of a sponsored player from Team GameCore. It looks like Aubrey's going to go ahead and take game 1 there as Sam nonchalantly sends some cards Aubrey's way that he wants off of his creatures.
Yeah.
But so Game 1 goes to Aubrey. The acidic slime was not quite enough to get there, and really that's the power of Falconwrath Aristocrat. I think in action, that's why this card is skyrocketed in price since it's released, and really it's a really effective one. But the MVP of that game is the card that I thought really legitimized these black-red decks, and then they started to take them out. John, why isn't Crippling Blight played more often in these black-red aggro decks?
I mean, I think that what we're seeing is a rapidly evolving meta because the meta is so diverse. I mean, there's not a dominant deck. So what happens is, any deck has the opportunity to be a Tier 1 contender. And so ultimately, the question is at the time, a Crippling Blight, is it ready to go, or is it not good? Is it good? And a lot of these matches, they're being played to be good in the mirror match. And frankly, red-black aggro versus red-black aggro, what's blocking?
In the mirror match? I guess like Geralt's Messengers, I think, would probably be the best target there, because now he can't block to force a bad trade and activate the Undying. He can lower the power of it, and if Geralt's Messenger, did 2 and it came into play, and all it ever did was attack for 2, it's not that overwhelming.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's my point. Is like it's moving to haste creatures, and they're not going to sit back and block with those. I mean, sure, the Geralt's Messenger, but you'd much rather have a Pillar of Flame. You'd much rather have a Searing Blaze to have an instant speed answer to their Falconwrath if necessary.
Maybe just a sideboard card.
Well, I mean,
phenomenal against Rakdos.
No, it's really good. I think what you do, you have to watch and see, what you think you're going to run into. I mean, if you think you're going to be playing the mirror match all day long, you probably don't want Crippling Blight. But if you think you're going to be running into these mid-range decks like Thrag Tusks and I mean even Bant Control. I mean, there's a lot of dudes in that deck. It is pretty good against that. Now, the one thing that Leland pointed out that could have, it was looking pretty bad for Sam there. But that acidic slime could potentially have blown up that Crippling Blight.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It gave him 2 blockers.
It does. It gives him an extra blocker. And yeah, just I guess he didn't need to be in an aggressive standpoint there. So a tapped and attacking Angel of Serenity was almost completely worthless to him. But a really interesting decision. He blew up the land, and it didn't seem like it mattered too much. Like once the black-red deck hits 4 land, it's
everything else after that's whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, does Aubrey have Thundermaw? I mean, keeping off Thundermaw Hellkite's important, but at the same time,
he plays 2, so it's a little less of a factor. As he's got 4 Falconwrath, 4 Hellrider, so really the damage is just about done at that point. Sam's going to start this game with the Temple Garden tapped, hoping to leverage the going first to his advantage as best as possible, while Aubrey takes 2 damage off of a Blood Crypt and plays a Dire Graph Ghoul.
Yeah, that's a good start. And that's a good start for Sam. I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, but I've been playing Farseek ever since they spoiled the Ravnica cards, and I started testing my 4-color Good Stuff deck. And, that card, it just sounds so crazy to say it. It wins games. Games where you are on the play, it puts you, effectively 2 turns ahead of your opponent. And on games when you're on the draw, it kind of puts you back into the driver's seat. It's that good.
Yeah, we talked to Eric Fry after his win in the feature match area, and I asked him what he thought the best card in his deck was, and I wrote a card down, and I said, I'm going to write down what I think your best card is.
Right.
You tell me what you think your best card is, and then we'll compare. He said Storin Lord of Innistrad. I said Farseek.
Yeah.
I really think, especially in a deck where, he's playing 13 Planeswalkers.
Good Lord.
It's unbelievable. I think that's what he said his count was at. I don't have the list in front of me since he's not featured at the moment, but, anything over 10 is pretty ridiculous. And
I got to say, by the way, I heard you guys talking. You were saying a lot of people were hyped for Vraska, and a lot of people kind of thought it was just terrible. And, yeah, I kind of thought it was just terrible, and I still do, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
I think that, for one, her plus ability is just absolutely worthless. I mean, to say that it's a protection ability is to say, look at the Planeswalkers in the past. The ones that have abilities that, like a Johnny tapping something down, Tamiyo tapping something down, Jace weakening guys, Gideon making them all attack him. They protect the player as well. Mm-hmm. And I think with Vraska, like, you need 3 turns to destroy more than 1 permanent. And I can't get with it. So what she's basically saying is, sure, if you can defend me, if you can fill up the field and let me do that and be winning the game anyways, I'll help you win some more.
You know, I think Vraska in Eric's deck would be better suited as a 2-of. But I do think she's really quite powerful. I mean, we saw him win on the Ultimate. Because he just, I mean, it's 3 turns.
Because he was winning anyways,
It's
right?
just as fast to blow up that second permanent. I mean, no, he had no win condition. He had, like, Tamiyo Jace, and granted, you're winning that game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a Vindicate, it's a potential second Vindicate, and it's also a win condition in the sense that you need it. I don't know that it warrants a 3-of in his deck, but we'll get back to this match here as the Geralf's Messenger untaps, facing down a Thragtusk, but he's got a Diregraph Ghoul on his side here. Curious to see what Aubrey's able to pull as far as Hellrider or Aristocrat's concerned, because an Aristocrat here could be game-breaking.
Yeah.
And it's a Hellrider instead. Still very good.
Yeah, I mean,
because that does the 3 damage from the combat.
I think Aubrey just had a seizure.
It looks as though he sent the 3 damage to Sam, so he took 3 before blockers, then blocked the
Took another
Hellrider.
5. So he took 8 that time.
5 more. So we've got Sam at 11 life here, Aubrey at 18.
And another Thragtusk.
Oof. So Sam up to 16.
Well,
do you think Aubrey should have held back the Hellrider?
Maybe. I mean, I can't tell what else is in his hand. And Hellrider obviously is just absolutely absurd. But at the same time, I mean, these tokens are going to be trading with Huntmaster forever and ever anyway. So I don't think this game's out of Aubrey's reach by any stretch of the imagination. I can't tell what Sam has in his hand. If Sam has like a Restoration Angel or something stupid, it could probably get really out of hand. But Thragtusk doesn't just beat these black-red aggro decks anymore, because like you're saying, a Falkenrath Aristocrat comes over top, she don't care.
She doesn't, and also I think Crippling Blight is a really big card given the board state at the moment. Can really, if you can shut down that the Thragtusk that's not yet yielded to 3/3 and keep it from blocking.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Detention sphere for this deck.
Maybe that's the problem with Crippling Blight right now is that anybody that's playing white with Thragtusk is playing Restoration Angel, and I mean that's a pretty big blow to think you're swinging past the Thragtusk, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, actually it's going to blink, make it 3/3. I mean that's a game loss, right? Mm-hmm. I mean that gives them 3 blockers that you didn't see coming.
Yeah, and probably fearing Restoration Angel, we see Aubrey go ahead and Searing Spear the Thragtusk, puts the 3/3 out there, and then now he's going to get some Exalted action
right.
with the Knight of Infamy, which it's worth noting lets the Diregraph Ghoul fight and kill one of those beasts in combat.
I see it, but I mean, does Aubrey need to play on the defensive here? I mean, is there a reason to hold back the Messenger?
Yeah, because otherwise he just loses a Diregraph Ghoul and blocks. Like, he loses both guys. Obviously, the Messenger undies, but then the Beast still sits there able to block. So it looks as though there was no blocks there from Sam, so he'll take 3 damage.
I mean, I just feel like it slows the clock down. Like, let's say he swings with the Messenger. He blocks. Messenger dies, comes back. It's a 4/3. He takes 2 damage. Well, now all he has is the 3/3 blocker. If he swings with the Geralf's Messenger, it's going to become a 5/4. And now it's not even trading with the token.
Yeah. It's Exalted makes for some different math, I think, than these black-red decks are usually used to counting to. Now, they're obviously playing the Knight of Infamy, but the complicated board states and the effect that Exalted can have is a little different. And
oh, there we go.
Aubrey with all the Searing Spears.
Dirty.
Yeah, he really just gets in there with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So, John, we got to start to think about this trivia question here.
Yeah.
Should we mute our mics to build some suspense and narrow it down from one of the finalists we chose?
As much as I'd like to, I think we're going to have that opportunity while the players are shuffling up. And this match is, I mean, it's really coming down to it. Sam just drew a ton of cards, gained some life. He's obviously looking at, quite a bit of damage. It didn't look like he drew a Wrath effect, but it did look like he has a Restoration and a Thragtusk with mana to play them both. So, I mean, for Aubrey, like, Sphinx's Revelation, I want to go out here and throw this for everybody. I am not perfect. I did not like that card when it came out. I looked at it and I said, Blues on Zenith with a little bit of life. And I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong.
No,
I was wrong.
I was wrong too. I think I traded Sphinx's Revelation for one unopened pack of Return to Ravnica when the set came out. So,
Ouch.
I'm not doing too well on that one. But
no, I did buy 80 pack rats off off of eBay. I said that card's good, man. But I bought them for 60 cents a piece. So
they're really good when you open them in your sealed pool.
You damn Skippy.
Well, the writing seems to be on the wall here for Aubrey, who's going to send the team in anyways. And despite casting roughly 14 Searing Spears, clearing out Thragtusks, Sam's going to get the what is that, the 18th gain 5 life trigger we've seen in this game. And Aubrey just has this defeated look about him as he just says, okay.
You can peer into his soul through his hands. But you know what? Here's the good news if you're Aubrey Reese or if you are rooting for Aubrey Reese. Game 3, he's the Black-Red aggro deck on the play.
Yeah, is that what on the play?
You left me scratching my head there for a second. I almost let that one whiff. Yes, it's that good.
That was some penetrating diagnosis by the Game Core commentators here. Black-Red is good on the play. Doesn't do that good fighting against Restoration Angels and Thragtusks, as Aubrey loses a Beast token and... as Sam loses a Beast token and Aubrey loses just about everything he had, and we'll see the Undying counter there. So do we take 2 off Sam for the Messenger trigger? All right. So 19 is accurate.
Yeah, now I'm blushing.
John with your fans. I got Ron though, so now I wonder if we can get our fanboys fighting each other here. Although yours might actually be a female.
Well,
so I don't know if we want men fighting women here, but
you never know. All right, so back to Magic.
We're not going to read chat anymore because you guys have 2 biggest smiles on our faces, and neither of us noticed that an acidic slime was played. So thank you very much for the entertainment, but we have to go back to ignoring you guys.
Yeah, we're here to entertain you guys. If you didn't get the memo. All right, so you know what? Aubrey's still in this, right? I mean,
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
he could top deck a bonfire.
Yeah, Bonfire, but even if he miracles it, he can't even take down the
is that an
Restoration
act?
Angel. I don't even know. What is that?
Yeah, that was an act.
That's like the best card.
Act of
ever
aggression.
right there.
All right.
Not going to do a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's going to block the messenger.
Should. You think you can get him to bite and block the Thragtusk?
Block the
Hand Aubrey a free beast? Nope. He's going to take down the messenger. He'll be taking...
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, did that get 1/1?
Yeah, it's a counter.
That's what the act does? Okay. All right. Well, Aubrey's at 10. Sam's at 11. Oh, act of treason. Thank you for the correction there.
Oh, wait. Mark Mutiny.
Oh, is that what it was? Was it a Mark of Mutiny? Because Mark of Mutiny is the only one that gives a...
Yeah,
no, wait, is Mark of Mutiny +2/+0? And...
No. It gets a counter on tap and it.
All right, so that's game. So we're gonna take the audio off here for a second as we get set for game 3. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will have the trivia question.
So
prepared for you guys.
Get your Facebook messages ready. While you're getting ready to type in your answer, go ahead and hit the share button on our most recent post with the link to the stream here. Help bring in some competition. So Yeah, the store does teach people how to play. At events like the one we're at today, it's a little more geared towards the competitive nature of things, but there's always a group of people around willing to help play. Yeah, we're going to take the mics off and come up and finalize our trivia question here.
All right, so we're here at Game 3. Aubrey Reese on the play.
Leads off with the Diregraph Ghoul here. We have a tapped hollowed fountain and say go for Sam Berlikoff.
Oh my God.
So, well, John, I'm just going to go ahead and give him the question here. But for your trivia question, the first person to send a message into the GameCore Facebook page, a private message, don't post it on the wall, don't post it in chat. There were 3 GameCore sponsored players at Grand Prix Toronto playing in the modern event. They were myself, James Reed, Jonathan Dwyas, and Vincent Tundo. Of the 3 of us, who finished highest in the overall standings after day 2? Submit your answer to the Facebook page for GameCore in private message. The first person to get the answer in will receive a $10 gift card with store credit that will be viable on the website when that gets launched. Kitten, you gotta flex your Googling skills. James Reed is me, then Jonathan Dwyas, and Vincent Tundo.
I don't like it.
I don't think they can Google Dwyas.
Yes. Good luck Googling John Dwyas' name. Not many of us know how to say it, but the Hellrider gets in there and beats, so that'll do 2 damage when it's turned sideways to attack, and then there will be another 5 combat damage involved. It's not official yet,
yeah,
though.
because he is.
It looks like he took it, though.
Oh, he's got the Azorius Charm, and obviously there's Hellrider is the best way to get around that card in this deck.
Yeah, and Hellrider is not the choice because it was just going to keep the same amount of damage. So,
Right.
That was the.
Well, he saves 1 immediately, only to take 2
He
more.
messed up again. Played Sun Pedal. Get
Can,
Jace.
can we get a life total check? I don't know if he let that guy attack. Looks like we're 1 turn away from a Thragtusk here for Sam.
Yeah. Does he have it in his hand?
Yeah, and another mana to be able to cast it. Also a Sphinx Revelation, at least 1 Jace Architect of Thought, and the winner of this game will get at least 1 foil Jace Architect of Thought.
Does he have the land in his hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
There
come
will-
on, double Hellrider, baby. I understand commentators aren't supposed to have a rooting interest here, and Sam's probably a really good dude.
Ooh,
Oh, my.
better than the second Hellrider. I
Would
think.
that be better?
I don't know if it would be less damage, but now if he's worried about Supreme Verdict, he can sack the Hellrider to make the Aristocrat
Fair enough.
unblockable, and also the Aristocrat
that's
flies
2.
over the Thragtusk that he's about to play.
So that's 9 damage, so he goes to 2. So actually, Thragtusk ain't going to do jack right here. Because I put him to 7, he's going to swing. No, I mean, I guess, well, he's got Searing Spear in hand. Yeah, if he taps out and plays Thragtusk right here, he just loses.
Yeah.
And if he wraps, he just loses. So I'm pretty sure Aubrey just won the game with that.
Yeah, the Falcon Wrath Aristocrat's good, so
Yeah,
I'm told.
it's pretty ridiculous. So okay. So I mean, barring a monumental mistake by Aubrey, this one is in the bag.
What kind of mistake? Like just don't cast the Searing Spear with your opponent at 3 or less?
Well, he could just like Searing. But whatever. Yeah, he's like, you don't even need to bother. All right, congratulations, Aubrey Reese, and I do want to get this said before this is gone.